Warning. Firewall detected IVPNs.
Wagwan, peace, love, and abundant blessings. It's your humble host, Big Truck. Check it out. We're going to dive into this thing right quick. Shout out to my man, Sean C., TSG Uncut. I believe this was done like 7 months ago, but I wanted to recap this and really touch on some things. Patterns in behavior and rejection from men to women, women to men on both hands. We're going to dive into this thing right quick. We're going to replicate a little bit, then the spirit of the universe is going to take us home. So without further ado, grab your shoulder pads and your helmet and let's get this work.
I read exactly what my exes and past situationships said. I realized that maybe I was the problem in a lot of my relationships and situationships because they weren't turning out correctly. So I try to self-reflect and ask exes and just like past guys that I talked to, what did I do wrong and how I could have been better? And I got responses.
Why don't y'all ever call when you say you're going to call?
Most times because we're not interested. If that's a clue.
So say that. Why don't you say that? Why don't you say that? Tell the truth. The truth will set us free.
Ain't that calling the kettle black? Would it be wise to say, or safe to say, the same thing? If you're not interested, ladies, it's okay to tell a man you're not interested. One thing that we will discover, if we hadn't already, the things that a large number of women do to ghost men or to let men know that they're not interested, men are using the exact same thing back and y'all don't like it. I've discovered that. Set us men free. No one likes to be rejected. And a woman's ego is greater than a man's ego. See, when it comes to getting rejected, a large number of women, they take that to whole heart. Men are used to it.
Have you ever ended a relationship with somebody that you're still in love with? I know it sounds crazy, but it happens. Because the truth is, no matter how passionate, exciting, and wonderful it may be, love isn't always enough. And to be in love doesn't always mean you're happy. You can continue to love someone even after they've hurt you. You still have so much love for them, but you know deep down that it won't ever be the same again. You can't grow the way you need to by being with them. So tell me if I'm wrong.
And we're seeing it more. Sometimes it's hard to walk away from someone that you truly loved. However, the longer you stay in that relationship, it's going to hurt you even more because you've discovered the truth about that individual and that individual never really loved you.
Yeah, I heard it.
Is the one where you have to break up with someone that you're still in love with.
Sometimes guys don't call because they're scared of rejection back. You turned out there.
This is information. Are you guys, do you all have a fear of rejection? Really? Okay, thank you. That's good to know.
Both men and women have a fear of rejection. But with women, it's a little bit worse. With men, we can adjust. Look how many times men have been told no and been rejected by women. We pick up our shoulder pads and our helmets and we walk on. A woman gets rejected, it's like the end of the day. It's like the end of the end all. It's like it's the end of the world. Oh, hell no. How dare you reject me?
Girl showing you that she's interested, and yet you have a fear of rejection? I don't get that.
I hear a lot of talking, but the words don't mean shit.
Because you're not a man. That's why you don't get it. Okay? We all have fear of rejection. Period. Man or woman. It's not what you say, it's how you say what you say.
Wait a minute. Let me break it down for you. He offered you his experience, his truth. And we challenged it. We questioned it. And not only questioned it, but questioned it with an attitude.
There you go. That right there. having the wrong attitude. Let me just say this, ladies. What attitude do you have when you're in a man's presence? Let's start with that. If you come in with this rough, rugged, masculine attitude, well, number one, it's going to rub a man the wrong way, and the man is going to fall back, because the man don't want to be in a relationship with a woman with a masculine attitude. A man wants to be in a relationship with a woman with a feminine attitude.
Lots of guys will break up with you if they are not sure the direction of their life just yet. If they're going to school, if they're not sure of their career path. I don't care if you're helping him study, if you're going to be there when he needs you.
I like what she says. Most are not going to do it if it doesn't line up. If you're not lining up with the journey, the path, then most men are going to break that off. Most men are going to separate themselves, disconnect themselves from it. You have a large number of women that do the exact same thing.
My nigga.
If he's going in the direction of trying to get his life in order, trying to figure out what he wants to do, where he wants to be, you may get broken up with. And it doesn't matter how good you are. It's not about you. They sometimes do prioritize getting their future in shape first, and the relationship is secondary.
Another thing was, one guy did say he just simply was not equipped for a relationship. He didn't said he thought he made that perfectly clear. I just wasn't listening.
Ladies, your man ain't leaving you because you overweight. He ain't leaving you because you got stretch marks or you got wrinkles. Your man ain't leaving you because you don't do your hair a certain way. A lot of y'all think that men are leaving y'all for superficial things. Most men are leaving because they don't feel seen or appreciated. You will be amazed at how many men, all it takes is so little and he'll stay and he will continue. But our women are so hardened because of life that they won't even give that man the simple things, because they would rather prove that they can stand alone than to be vulnerable and stand with their man.
We've looked at some of the reasons why a man will leave a woman, even leave a good woman. But in the next segment, we're going to look at some of the bad reasons men give for breaking up with women and why they tend to do this. My hope in this next segment is for us as men to be more reflective on who we are in relationships, and for women to see these type of traits in men before they decide to get with them or to go any further with them.
Why would a guy just up and leave you? What would make me as a guy just up and leave a chick? Number one reason, usually, because I've been thinking about it for a very long time. So today I just decided to break up with her. Number two reason, maybe there's another girl I'm more interested in, but I don't want to fucking cheat on her. I'm like, fuck, I'm in a relationship. I don't want to cheat on her. They're like a piece of shit. I'm gonna fucking break up with her. I'm gonna get with her. Or number three, maybe there's an ex that I had really strong feelings for, and she fucking hit me up. And I've always wanted to be with this girl, but I try to move on, but then she hit me up, and I'm like, fuck, dude.
Large number of women faced with those exact same things as well. You feel me? So when it comes to breakup, my thing is this here. If it's not working for you, it's not working for you. If it's time to go separate ways, it's time to go separate ways. That's it, that's all.
My nigga.
He told me he couldn't see himself marrying someone whose parents weren't still together. My dad is dead. Oh my god, not by choice. Is it a scapegoat to be like, oh, what's the one thing she can't change? It's not me, it's your dead dad.
If they're breaking up with you, but they hit you with a we can be friends or we can be friends one day, and they don't block your number, then you're not this horrible person that they're painting you out to be. They're more of the problem.
Men, what we do is we look for women to use their bodies to take us away from the pain that we're feeling. And this is why so many men are sleeping around with so many women and breaking so many women's hearts and souls, by the way, is because we don't realize that we're using the woman as a drug. And it's as a drug to help us put a Band-Aid over the real issue, which is our fragmented hearts and the fragmented parts of ourselves and the scared little boy that's inside of ourselves.
Now with the men being promiscuous, just like the woman that is promiscuous. This is where I say, men, you need counseling.
You go look at the 40 girls you chose, I bet you they're very weak. And the woman you treat the worst is the one that's trying to help you the most. That's how foolish men are. The woman we break down and hurt the most, I'm guilty of it, bro. And I throw myself under the bus all day. The woman that tried to help me the most is the woman I hurt the most. It's proven fact that we tend to hurt the woman or the person we love the most. Reality is you're supposed to be going towards the person that's trying to build you and push you and help you the most.
That goes both ways. Hurt people hurt other people. And then, and in this conversation, this is where the men have to huddle up together and have that conversation, have that men conversation. I do believe that there are good women out there. Good women and good men both have been walking around the universe. But look at who you chose.
Yeah, I heard it. Men don't do closure. We don't have one final conversation. We don't do that. We don't do closure. It's over. We're gone. Here's the closure.
Bye-bye.
You ain't heard from us. It's over. Stop waiting on closure that may never come.
You have to be willing to come up with your own closure, your own notion. At the end of the end all, aren't both parties deserving of an explanation? My guess would be yes. But does it always go that way? No.
Some men aren't able to be in the type of relationship that you want because they have been burned many times before. A lot of women in general think that they're going to be the one to change that man's mind. What are you going to show that man differently, particularly if he's a good man, to gain his trust? Men and women look at qualities in the people of their past, and that tends to influence their behaviors in the future.
Because I was addicted to chaos. I was addicted to trauma. I was addicted to pain. And that's what I looked for in men because that's what resonated with me.
I hear a lot of talking.
I really want you to open up. I feel like we're not connecting. I want you to be more vulnerable with me. I want you to tell me what's going on inside. And if he does, and let's say he starts crying, she inevitably will have this reaction of, I don't feel safe when he doesn't open up to me because I don't feel connected to him, but I don't feel safe when he's that vulnerable with me either because there's something, just some cultural programming, you know?
Or you call him sassy. You call him a weirdo. You call him a sissy. And you say things like, man up. What the fuck is wrong with you? You want a man to open up to you. And this is why I tell people, be careful of who you open up to.
Well, this is why men aren't meeting women expectations today, because women have unrealistic expectations. They can't even meet the expectations in the lowest qualities of what a woman should be. Today's women are delusional.
Make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
When it comes.
And I believe that. I receive that. And we see that. Once again, we cannot turn a blind eye to the things that we see.
They want to be expert on men, but they're poorly behaved women. But their performance level as women, the cooking, the cleaning, the submissiveness, they lack all of those traits. They want to be they want to carry the strength and the bravadiness that the men carry. They want to be able to stand up and stand shoulder to shoulder and be eye to eye with their men in equality. And that's impossible if you want to be a woman.
My nigga.